Well, they've done it again. The Memphis Wrestling, they've shocked me again. Because out comes the gun show. This is last week's, of course. You know, I always leave it late. Last week's episode. Out comes the gun show, or the gum show, as I just called him, to say that I'll take anybody on. Here comes Psycho Simon, or I think I'll just call him Simon, and through the front door, they fight. Cobra is kind of not hassled into, but this is really well done. He's cheesed off so much that he says, I want to fight now, and I think it should be a no-rules match. That is going to play right into Simon's hands, isn't it? And there is, because we see them sort of getting into the ring and preparing to get into the ring, there's a really good impromptu feel to this. So early on, Simon throws the gun show into the ring steps, chokes him with a chair, thumb to the eyes, chair to the back. The gun show doesn't get that much offense in this match, I have to say. There are shots on a stomp. He sets a table up from the apron to the steps, which never gets used. I like that. And then, although there are some shots from gun show, doesn't get the lariat out because he gets spiked to the eyes or to the face, and there's a pin. And it's a win. And is Bret Michaels, does every rose have its thorn for him now? Because is he a transitional champion? He does appear to be. His third reign as Heritage Champion has not been storied. And I think that's a really interesting idea. To put the belt on Simon. The era of Psycho Simon has arrived, I think I saw on Memphis Wrestling marketing. And I think that's probably correct. I think they'll leave the title on him for a while. Unless this is set up for I want my title back and a bit more excitement around the gun show. I hope not, because that'd be an interesting idea, having Psycho with the belt. Somebody else who could be called that name is Sue Young, who apparently last week, well, she did. She blew her mist into the eyes of the champion DDT, Diana Taylor, who, according to Dustin Starr this week, who's there with his lovely Maria, was blinded in the face. Well, I'm not quite sure you could be blinded anywhere else. Even if you had your third eye, it would be in your face, wouldn't it? So I think it's a bit tautological, but yes, we'll find out what happens with that angle. It's quite a good angle, actually. Quite like that. It's a nostalgic wrestling angle, which is great. Now, Seven Cruz and KJ Rocket are facing Makari Candy and a slimmed down Jay Webb, who looks good, actually. I do like the way that KJ Rocket is kind of lying on the mat. She sits up and Makari Candy runs at her, gives her a hug and then covers her. I like that, but I'm not massively keen on Makari Candy, as you know. Cruz, of course, gets a kick in from the apron. There's a shotgun drop kick from KJ Rocket, which is nice. And then he picks her up in the wheelbarrow position and just really rather strongly slams her onto Makari Candy. That is really nice. But Jay Webb gets the hot tag, hits a Samoan drop and a choke. And that choke leads to a tap. I didn't think it was a submission. I thought it was a choke. And it led to the tap, and that was it. I thought this match could have been longer. I wanted them to have more time. Webb looks a lot better. I've not really been keen on him either. He looks a lot better than he used to as far as moving around the ring. And, I wanted a bit more, which is a good thing, isn't it? Scorpio Sky, I wanted a bit less of, actually. He's here from AEW, says that he thought Memphis was going to be a horrible town, but people have changed his mind, and these great fans have changed his mind. I think he called it the worst town. I mean, it's wrestling tweener 101, isn't it? But he wants to show the great fans here that everything they've heard about him is right. He is fabulous as a wrestler. And out comes Aaron Roberts and Just In Case. Still love that. And Zay Washington, who wants a fight with Scorpio Sky. And they will fight next week. My God, that's going to be good. That is one to watch, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be something very, very special. And pretty good as well, I thought, was Mike Anthony, who will face anybody for the Internet Championship, versus Chris Lex, who apparently, and well, he hasn't been there for about 3 or 4 years. And as Dustin says, I don't even know if he works here. That's rather good. They trade some shots. There's a spine buster from Lex. Mike Anthony then kind of gets up with woozy legs, suckers him in, hits it into Guri, belly to back on the apron, Uranagi suplex. Yep, that's exactly right. Well called by Dustin Starr. And that brainbuster for the pin. Again, it could have been longer. And afterwards, Mike Anthony, quite rightly, shakes Chris Lex's hands and bigs him up. And I wanted another 5 minutes. I really did. Now, Marco Harris, I mean, he's been in Memphis a few times, but giving him a promo sort of solidifies that he's more of a Memphis regular now, and that's great. And as he said, he's after the top liners. So he calls out Aaron Roberts. If you want a problem, I can be your problem. He could be Marco's problem. It could be. Or is it problem? It could be Marco's problem as well. Either way. But that's going to be good. It's a standard big versus fast wrestling match. Although Aaron Roberts has got some speed to him as well. That's going to be good too. 2 great matches to think of and to look forward to. And the LA Hustlers have desperately wanted a fight against the big mains, the tag team champions, for a while. Shame about this, because I wanted to see more of the match. But as you'll see, that wasn't possible, because you got a Bradley headlock, which was worked, and Bradley put down Big John Dalton, who sort of scoots off to the corner, sells it well, looking on as if to say, that's not what I thought it would be. Bradley's a big dude as well, you see. He also then has a smack at K-Toomer on the apron, who gets in, smacks him around. They're all in. The ref does nothing. And that is because here come the Hollywood clique. Yeah, there's 5 of them. Steel chairs to the champs, smacking them around a bit. They've got a hammer and a steel pipe. Well, like a little sledgehammer and a steel pipe. As Jimmy Blaylock says, he'll do anything to get that title shot and those titles. And in come the business dogs. That's the business dog. They're now called the business dogs. Lance, the little homie, and Tim Gride, the bigger homie, and Zaya Wolf, and they try to help, but the clique are just too strong. They take the titles, hold them up, and as Dustin calls Jimmy Blaylock a stupid idiot, and Maria really mocks him for it, which is great, we go off the air. That's a great episode. So much happened. They wrangle this kind of angle so well. They wrangle the angle so well. And what a great episode from Memphis Wrestling. I heartily endorse this wrestling promotion. And I have to say, very few are doing it this well at the moment. Ta-ta.